Which one of these cars do you think is a beached whale? Hey kitty. It is not the 1998 Audi A4 Quattro. 435,000 miles on that thing. Crazy. This is a beached whale. 2009 Honda Accord with only 97,000 miles on it. It's a little embarrassing. Customer says it's been cranking really sluggishly, and then he trickle charged the battery overnight. Now he says it does nothing, so he had it towed here. AAA dropped it off. Let's see what this thing is doing. Alright, let's see here. Dash lights up fine. Oh, it tried. Did you hear the engine? It tried to crank. It was like, "Argh." But the lights stayed bright. Well, it's either going to be a bad starter or a bad power and ground at the starter if it almost engages, but the battery, you know, everything else stays bright. It's not a bad battery. So let's push it in the shop and try to figure this one out. The starter lives under the intake manifold, so you can't easily test the main, you know, power feed to the starter. I think we can roll it into the garage down the hill a little bit. Alright, first thing, let's check the engine oil. Make sure it's not seized up. Engine oil is full. Customer said when the car starts it runs great, no problems. It was just when he parked it, it was really sluggish to crank and got worse and worse. So let's check the engine block ground first. And how do we do that? I have a 5 amp test light set on the 4 amp setting right here. We're going to connect it between the block and the battery ground. I'm going to crank it. If there's an elevated voltage on the block, the test light will light up, and you know the starter should spin a little faster, right? You can use a meter, but I like using test lights because you actually need a load to light up a test light. So let's try it. Okay, so test light did not light, so the block ground is fine. Now let's check the starter positive feed, and what's the, you know, the starter lives under the intake manifold, right down there. You can see the fat cable going to it, and then right here, the positive cable also comes to the alternator. So what we can do is hook up the test light to the alternator, and then to battery ground. Test light should light up bright. When we crank it, if that leg can't carry enough current, the test light will just dim a lot. So we can try that. Let's, if I can get my clip on this alternator stud. Okay, so it's nice and bright. Let's see if I can keep it on there. I can clip it on right here. Okay, nice and bright. Let's crank it. Guys, that's it. This starter is shot. So, already got a reman from Rock Auto. AC Delco this time. I've had pretty decent luck with AC Delco remans. I'm not even going to try the parts store brand. Here it is. So let's get this starter out and we can bench test both of them. We can do current ramps. I want to see what the heck went wrong with this Honda starter in less than 100,000 miles. So in typical Honda fashion, everything's coming apart pretty easily. Battery's out, air intake tube is out, air cleaner. Now a couple wires here. I want to take off the throttle body so we don't have to disconnect coolant hoses. Then there's a bracket at the bottom of the intake manifold here, and then just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts looks like. Let's clean the throttle body out while we're here. And the starter, you can almost see it. It's right under the intake manifold. Throttle body absolutely filthy, so good thing we cleaned that while we were here. By the way, whoever sent me this little Milwaukee M12 fuel brushless impact driver, this thing has more balls than what I usually use. So this thing I'll use for smaller fasteners, but the speed and torque of this puppy is impressive. Wow. Thank you. Alright, well there's a starter. Looks beefy, looks original. Assembled in USA by CME. So it's not a Denso. I don't know. Let's take it off and bench test it. See what the heck is going on with this thing. Alright, time for the bench test. This is the original starter. So we have the power and ground coming from 12 volt battery. Then the control wire through this yellow lead. If I touch this to positive, the starter should at least try to spin. It should click. That's what it did on the car. I have a current clamp around the positive jumper lead right here. 1 volt is going to equal to 100 amps. So let's see how much current this starter draws and what the waveform looks like. So here we go. It's shot. It can't even spin. Once in a while it does spin. It's not drawing any current through the actual starter motor, which is exactly what it was doing on the car. So this thing is absolute trash. Maybe the brushes wore out. I tried smacking it with a hammer while I was on the car as well as I could. You know, we can engage it. There we go. So let's take a look at the waveform. This is trash. You can see sometimes there's 0 amps. So I'm suspecting bad brushes. Now the current's flipped around because my amp clamp isn't the right way. We can flip it this way. Let's redo that. Alright, amp clamp's flipped around. Let's try that again. Perfect. So you can see peak amps was 150 and then it kind of dropped off. Let's put on the AC Delco reman on the test bench and see what that looks like. Alright, AC Delco starter is set up, and we have the starter performance certificate, but it's generic. It's not for this specific starter, so that's a little disappointing. But anyways, we're going to do our own performance test. Let's run the scope. And hook up our control wire. Yeah, much better. You can see no dropouts. Steady state current is about 40 amps after a peak about 150 or 160. So that's a good signature. Like I said, I don't trust any parts these days anymore, so if I can bench test it, I will bench test it. This one is looking good, so we can be confident installing it in the car, and everything should be back in business. So we're going to save these, and link in the description. You can download the waveforms, download the PICO software for free, so you can practice looking at the waveforms and doing these own tests, you know, on the cars that you work on. So don't be afraid to use the scope. Very handy tool, and we have proof that this starter is good to go. Alright, she's all buttoned up, ready to go. Let's make sure it starts. No problems. Alright, so pretty straightforward, but a little embarrassing for Honda to have a starter go out before 100,000 miles. This is the second one I've seen. I think the other one was a 2015 CRV. I mean, really? I don't know. But back on the road, hopefully the customer will keep driving it for a long time to come. For bonus footage, let's tear apart the old starter and see if we're right in our suspicion that the brushes are completely worn out. Bonus footage. Let's see what's hiding behind the cover. So there is our rotor. Let's see, I need to get this nut off right here. Nut. Try to get this guy off here. Well, I just pulled really hard and it flew apart. So what are the pieces? So this is the pull-in for this guy right here. That's the gear reduction. You can see there's planetary gears right here, and there's just carbon dust everywhere, so like I suspected, the brushes are toast. Try to pop this off. There we go. Absolute junk. So the brushes are completely gone. That's the teardown. It smells like burnt electrical, just piles of carbon dust. That's it.